Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary police.
Oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Hello there, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from Nigeria, US, Canada, UK, and from all over the world that you are joining me from on YouTube, on Facebook, and elsewhere. In fact, on Diaspora Radio International as well. Thank you very much for joining me today. I believe my friends on Facebook, they have the full caption on there. Read it, drop your comments. Join us tonight. It's going to be a long night, at least another hour of up-to-date goings on in Yoruba land, in Nigeria. And the latest is those who are meant to be the political associates, those who are supposed to be the friends of Tinubu, the man that ingloriously, fraudulently, manipulatively dragged Yoruba into an alliance with today's jihadists who have now invaded Yoruba land, and we are now at the mercy of our killers. They are still not giving up. They still want to continue the manipulation because of something they are going to gain in 2023: power, money, and whatever it is that they are looking for at the expense of their own people. We, the Yorubas, we have been watching them, and I'm talking about Tinubu. A lot of drama played out since yesterday when they, when the governors of Southwest Nigeria, Yoruba governors, when they met with Miyetti Allah and some northern governors, they traveled down to Southwest and they met with the Southwest governors who were facing serious insecurity problems across their states. So, there is an eviction order, which you all know about. Sunday Igboho is at the center of it all. The northern governors moved down to Yoruba land in Akure, Ondo State yesterday. What did they do? They met and they discussed about how they are going to help the Yoruba governors to protect Yoruba land from Fulani bandits, terrorists that have invaded Yoruba land. So they offered to help. So part of the solution was, you know what, let us declare open grazing illegal in the entire Southwest. Maybe people will be happy. Illegal, that is, if you see cows anywhere on the street, it is illegal. Now, how do we then arrest illegal, illegal open grazers? And those who are going to be the victims, the farmers, whose farms are being destroyed? Or what about the travelers and all of that? Who is going to enforce this ban? The people who started Amotekun, but 1 year after they started Amotekun, they are yet, the entire Yoruba, they are yet to give us a functional Amotekun across Yoruba land to monitor the activities like this illegal open grazing in Yoruba land. As part of the resolution, they said, oh, we are going to ban open grazing. So who's going to enforce the ban? The Miyetti Allah. So Miyetti Allah would now have to form their own vigilante in Yoruba land. The same like that of Amotekun, right? So you will now have, as you are seeing Amotekun cars, Amotekun offices, you will be seeing Markban offices, Markban cars. Who are those who are going to be in those cars? They will be the Miyetti Allah, the Fulanis. And their job is to do exactly what they expect Amotekun to do, go after any underage adder, go after those who are grazing in the open, and go after those who are kidnapping people. So what will happen? The Miyetti Allah vigilante in Yoruba land, they now have the authority of the Yoruba governors to help us patrol our forest. That's the situation, okay? When they were having that meeting, the victims of the Fulani terrorism in Yoruba land, the farmers, and so many other people who have become victims, the royal fathers who have to deal with Fulani terrorist activities in their domains, they were not invited. It was just the same elite who believe they understand the problem. But we have a guy who understands the problem very well, and that is Sunday Igboho. So far, so good. You have all known, well, let me put it this way. So yesterday I said, now, that meeting they had in Akure, that meeting was to seal the fate of every one of you who are currently thinking of at least grouping yourselves and protecting your own communities. You know, after seeing what Sunday Igboho and then the youth of Ibarapa, the youth of Okeogun, the youth of Ayete, and on like that in Oyo State, how they boldly moved out to send this strong message that if our politicians are going to be in bed with you, we won't be in bed with you, because we are the victims. We are those you are killing, right? So many of you are thinking that maybe we should do same. You know, the people of Ijebu, the youth of Ijebu, the youth of Ogun State, youth of Ondo State, the youth of Ekiti State, and the youth of Osun State, well, or your state. What they have done is that any one of you who decided to fight back or push back any Fulani terrorism in your community, you will be considered a threat. Somebody who wants to start a civil war or a tribal war. Even though you are the Yoruba man on Yoruba land, the victims of all of this. So they sealed the fate yesterday. And I said, Sunday Igboho should not go to any meeting. If they invite him to any meeting, he shouldn't, for his own safety. I know he knows how to get himself safe, like he said. He can protect himself. But what about the people that can't protect themselves? His children are not in Nigeria. Sunday Igboho is not that pushover guy that you probably have in mind. This guy has managed to cut a big niche for himself over time. His children are not in Nigeria. His wives are not in Nigeria. Most of his investments are not in Nigeria. The main business he does in Nigeria, which is selling exotic cars, he is doing so with his own international business, other guys. So he had a choice of maybe just walking out. What's he picking up in Nigeria? He could just walk out and fly out and just leave everyone and also complain from outside. You know what I mean? But he took it upon himself that no, this is not the Yoruba in us. We don't give up when we are being intimidated on our own land. It doesn't make any sense. Politically, it doesn't make any sense. Traditionally, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't give any respect. If you have to be the one to adjust to those who are taking your space without any control. Now they have total control. Now they are being legalized. You see, when you walk about in Yoruba land right now, everywhere in Nigeria, you will see Fulani terrorists carrying guns and cows. So they say they are using the guns to protect their cows. Meanwhile, nobody gave them any license to carry that gun, okay? But it is legal completely for them to carry the gun, okay? So now they are now going to have their vigilante officially that the entire Yoruba governors accepted, that they should set up a vigilante that will be like that of Amotekun. And Amotekun, they started, even in Oyo State, Amotekun is not in the forest, chasing after the Fulani terrorists or other criminals in the forest. Amotekun is busy in the city, harassing, arresting, and extorting people, killing people in the city, Yorubas in the city. So Miyetti will start their own, and they sealed the fate yesterday, right? And few hours after that, when I said Sunday Igboho should not attend any meeting they call, because before now, when I used to tell everyone about what is coming, these criminals, what they are planning, how it's going to get us, how they are going to, in fact, make us submit. We are going to bow. We are going to submit. How? They are going to start taking on every vocal person around Yoruba land, either get them killed or arrested or make them disappear or intimidate them into silence until the rest of us will now see that, oh boy, there's nobody to talk for us. So if you talk, they will kill you. If you do this, they will do that too. Because they would have sent almost everyone who could see anything, including the rich people who have security, have everything, right? They will be under serious attacks. That some of them will run away. They will leave everyone there. So last, everybody will just have to accept and continue to hope for one day. And that moment has come. This is the moment. The political class, they have received their own threat. They want to keep their, they want to keep their own the perks of office, what they are enjoying right now, at the expense of their people. And to keep that, in order not to declare state of emergency in any state in Yoruba land or any state, any governor that refused to let them have their way, any governor of any state that refuses in Yoruba land, yeah, if you refuse, you will get to lose your, perk of office. They will declare state of emergency, get rid of you, and then deal with that your state, because they will replace you with somebody that can do the job for them, another Yoruba man, possibly that can do the job. So because of that, many of them are, they are resigning to faith, like they call it being careful. We need to be careful. We need to be careful. What is being careful in your people having to defend themselves against those illegal occupants, those who have come in, not just because they are taking over all the spaces illegally, they are also committing crimes that they are not even denying. They are telling you to do your worst. Video evidence, we have the video evidences, we have pictorial evidences to show to you that they are everywhere, and your people deserve to defend themselves, the right to defend themselves. Now, if any governor doesn't see that, if any politician doesn't see that, and they decided, and I told you that it will get to a stage, right? They are going to politicize this insecurity in Yoruba land, okay? They are going to change it to PDP, APC, this person, that one, until many of you will be lost in the old shovel. You won't even know which decision to take anymore. If you let them do that, because that's the process now, okay? So, what happened a few hours after their meeting in Akure yesterday? Let me show you. That's why I said it's going to be a long night. Relax, sit back, relax, and enjoy this amazing exclusive package of who. And this is where the question will then come in. Do you really think, after the youth of Igboho and the youth of Ibarapa, burned down the house of Seriki and his car, and Seriki of Fulani ran away from Igboho to Ogun State? Do you really think the same Fulanis, they have the same audacity to go to Sunday Igboho's house without the help of those who are also the locals, the Yorubas? Some people said, Maiyegun, don't say Yorubas helped Fulani to burn Igboho's house. That would be a wrong narrative. And I agree with you. And they also said, Maiyegun, just let everyone know that those who did that to Sunday Igboho, or those who work with those who burned down Sunday Igboho's old house, yeah, they were likely going to be the political thugs of Yoruba land. Those who are ready to do all the dirty job. Either they were those who led those who burned down Sunday Igboho's house, or they did it themselves. They are the Yoruba saboteurs who are going to do everything to deny Yoruba the respect Yoruba deserves. Because why? Their leaders are going to lose a lot if Yorubas demand respect from Nigeria. And it is only the generation that doesn't want to be told, to be pushed over, like the generation that comes with this Sunday Igboho's generation. We are many, right? It's only the generation that doesn't want to be told into this that we demand respect. What Yorubas are demanding is respect. You can't occupy our space, kill our people, kidnap our people, and tell us to do our worst. And those who are supposed to defend us are now negotiating with you, not with the presence of those who are victims. of this negotiation, they were negotiating with our, with our killers. So there will be those who will demand respect. Few hours after that meeting, this happened inside Sunday Igboho's house. Watch it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the flash.
Man, worry.
Ilé olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho tó dáná fún tó láwà yóò. Ibẹ̀ la dé, ṣé ẹ ti rí? Ó sì gbóná. Ṣé ẹ ti rí? Ilé olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ.
Tọ́nà fóònù tó dẹ́nu kalẹ̀.
Ó dáná fún.
Tọ́ sára ẹ̀ ń trásẹ̀.
Ṣé ẹ ti rí? Ṣé ẹ ti rí bá?
Ó yá, go.
Omi wà lẹ́ o. Ó mà ṣe. Ṣé ẹ ti rí gbogbo lẹ̀?
Ẹ tán náà yẹn sí focus mi sódà kí omi wà lẹ̀. Ẹ wo ìròyìn òótọ́ mójúbà. So ó yẹ ń gbóró ni àwọn panápaná náà sáré dé. Bọ̀ àmọ́ ẹ ti jálé agbọ́n, ẹ ti jálé oyin, ó di dandan kí ẹ rí ìjà oyin eléyìí ṣe kàyéfì ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ẹ máa bọ̀ ẹ wọlé, ẹ jẹ́ ká wọnú sí tìrúmì ẹ. Ok, tí ilẹ̀ bá mọ́ dáadáa, a máa jẹ́ kí ẹ rí kété. Ẹ wò lára àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n bàjẹ́ náà ni. Inú ilé yẹn ó sì ń gbóná, so àti wọbẹ̀ kò rọrùn. Ṣé ti rí? So gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń béèrè fídíò láti lè jẹ́ ohun ìjẹ́rìí torí ẹ̀ la ṣe wá sí ibi báyìí ní sínsìn. Ṣé ti rí? Ẹ lè ṣe èèyàn tó bá lè ṣe short video kó bá a ṣe because kò wá.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire, ṣé ẹ rí pógun ti dé báyìí? Ṣé ẹ ti rí? Gbogbo ilé náà dáná sun o.
Òkè yẹn.
Ṣé ẹ ti rí? Sitting room la wà yìí o. Sitting room àkọ́kọ́ nínú ilé yẹn òun la wà yìí.
Hey.
Ṣé ẹ ti rí? Ṣé ẹ ti rí o?
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe gbọ́, wọ́n ní kò ju bí ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́ta tí àwọn panápaná NEPA tí wọ́n múná lọ ní iṣẹ́ láabi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀.
Ṣé ẹ ti rí? Bàbá àti ìyá tó bí olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ.
Má fọ́ kó máa gbóná, ó máa gbóná.
Àwòrán wọn lẹ̀ ń wò yìí o. Àwòrán bàbá àti ìyá tó bí olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ ó lẹ̀ ń wò yìí o. Inú dáínì wọn àkọ́kọ́ ó ní.
Yeah, that is the inside. Immediately the firefighters, put out the fire. And they said the arson was committed just the moment the Nigerian electricity company took power. NEPA took power and they walked in. We don't know what they used to bomb the house. Maybe it's a bomb or anything, nobody knows. But two brothers of Sunday Igboho, right, escaped the attack to go and tell Sunday Igboho in his house that it's not really far from there, But I wanted to hear from him. Some of you must have probably heard from him anyway. But from this broadcast here, let me show you the outside here. I mean, outside of the house, when it was morning, what they did to the property. That's the outside, just to let you see the damages are done. So when it was morning, Sunday Igboho showed up. Well, he gave an interview because they went there to go and check all the damages done, and then they called the fire, the ambulance to come and put out the fire. This is the interview Sunday Igboho granted because yesterday, yeah, after their meeting in Akure, somebody called Femi Ojodu. Femi Ojodu, a former journalist as well as a former senator from Ekiti State, now special advisor to Buhari on God knows what, a Tinubu boy, dropped a bombshell that Sunday Igboho has art. But, there was a time, he dropped a story, he said there was a time that they paid Sunday Igboho, PDP paid Sunday Igboho to go and disrupt the Ekiti election in 2009 for Fayemi to be able to win. And they said Sunday Igboho alone was the threat because they've managed to meet other people paid by PDP, and they have agreed not to do anything on that day. So that Sunday Igboho met with Tinubu, and afterwards Sunday Igboho withdrew from that agreement of PDP. And then it was because he was working with Baba Lamidi Adedibu. You know Lamidi Adedibu? Well, part of that conversation, the question came up today. I mean, part of what they are doing to politicize the whole thing. And Sunday Igboho gave an answer. I will try my best to interpret this to all of you, my friends, who don't understand Yoruba on this. But read the comment. There will be people who will be interpreting there for you, okay? This is Sunday Igboho's interview after they burned down his house.
Gentlemen, please. You want to record that? Hello, coordinate.
Yes, sir.
Lampard. Yeah. Coordinate. I'm good. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's.
About no mic.
Orúkọ mi ni Sunday Adé gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ̀ sí Sunday Igboho.
Kí ni ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà yìí ni?
Ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ní nǹkan bí aago 3:00 ìdájí ni àwọn àbúrò mi tó ń sọ wọ́n yẹn ilé mi kí ló dà ọ̀sùn níbẹ̀ wọ́n sáré wá kàdéètì ni wọ́n á jí mi nígbà láwọn ọ̀tàjọ́ wa nígbà yìí àwọn jàǹdùkú kan wá sí ọjà níbẹ̀ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yìnbọn wọ́n já géètì wọlé wọ́n dẹ̀ ti iná bọ ilé àwọn méjì tó wà mẹ́ta ẹ̀sìn láti sá àsálà fún ẹni wọn láti wá ń bíbà ìgbà tá a sá dọ̀hùn so ìgbà tí fi dọ̀hùn wọ́n ti sá lọ so a sá pé àwọn panápaná pé kí wọ́n á pa iná yẹn so dọ́kẹ́ ìjọba lójú mẹ́rin ni pé mi ò tí expect pé kí àwa Yorùbá a máa sọ̀pọ́tì Fúlàní ẹ̀sìmọ̀ Nàìjíríà takò mí lórí ìgbà tí mo ń gbà láwọn Fúlàní Nàìjíríà ohun tí mò ń ṣe ni pé àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n ń pa àwọn bọ́dà wa lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wa wọ́n ń jí wọn gbé wọ́n ń rèpù wa gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe pẹ̀lú wa kò sí nǹkan tó dáa mo wá ń gbìyànjú pé ká kóra wa pọ̀ ká lé wọn ká láti lè jọba lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wa ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ń bí nǹkan tó jọ mí lójú ni pé àwọn Yorùbá tó wá ń sọpọ́tì Fúlàní herdsmen láti wá kìnnẹ́bọ̀ lé mi ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó bà mí nínú jẹ́ ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó bà mí nínú jẹ́.
Tálẹ̀ fúnra sísà.
Mi ò tẹ fura sẹ́ni kankan náà for now bọ̀ mi ò fura sẹ́ni kankan bọ̀ mo mọ̀ yí pé Yorùbá ní tí kú ilé ọba pa ni ojú ilé pa yẹn tí kò bá lọ́wọ́ àwọn Yorùbá kan nínú ohun tó jẹ́ mi lójú ni pé nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ kó wọn fi bá mi jà ṣé bíbi tí mò ń gbé lọ ẹ̀kọ́ wa ìgbà táwọn lè jà tọ́dẹ̀ lè yìnbọn tọ́dẹ̀ lè jólé ná ibi tí mò ń gbé ìlọ ẹ̀kọ́ wa kádébí làwọn wá àbá ìrì evidence fún yín torí gbogbo wọn lè lọ àwọn ò lè lọ màá rí ẹ̀rí múlẹ̀ fún yín pé àwọn tó wá bá mi lérè àyẹ̀dàkẹ́ bùkún wọn lẹ̀ tàbí kẹ́ bá kí wọ́n ti kán lẹ́sẹ̀ tó ti yé but adúpẹ́ fọlọ́run pé àwọn náà ń lo mọ̀jàmọ̀sá wọ́n lọ bí tí wọ́n lè ní pé mi ò gbé láti lọ bà dúkìá mi jẹ́ wọ́n ti nẹ́bọ̀ lé yẹn.
àwọn tó ṣe irú iṣẹ́ yẹn kílẹ̀ lè pè wọ́n ṣó jó rí.
mi ò lé mi tẹ̀ mọ́ tí mo fẹ́ pọ̀ mi ò tẹ̀ sọ.
ṣé ẹ bá wọ dúkìá tó bàjẹ́ nínú ilé yìí bí ọ̀rọ̀ ìlú náà sọ yìí.
nǹkan tó bàjẹ́ ń bẹ̀ kò gbọdọ̀ less than 50 million naira. bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan jà rọrùn dé nígbà tí àwọn ènìyàn wọ̀nyí dé èdè bí Haúsá náà sọ lẹ́nu.
àwọn ọmọ tó wà ń bẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ méjì tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni wọ́n lè ṣàlàyé yẹn tẹ́mọ̀ tó mi ò sí ń bẹ̀ ohun táwọn ọmọ yẹn sọ ni pé wọ́n gbé ọkọ̀ bíi 5 àbí 6 wá so àwọn náà lè ṣàlàyé dẹ̀ pé mi ò sún bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ni mò ń gbé mi ni mò ń gbé so àwọn ọmọ tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ bí àwọn ọmọ tó ń tẹ̀lé mi wọ́n já kíkan ju gbogbo ń bí làjọ wà.
yóò wá sẹ́ni tó fara pánú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí.
àwọn àbúrò mi àwọn òjì wọ́n sàtàlà fẹ́ mi wọn ni àwọn méjèèjì sàtàlà fẹ́ mi wọn ni.
ǹjẹ́ ti bí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá gbọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
mo ti gbé àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti wá bẹ̀ ìdájí náà jọ sọ fún wọn wọ́n dẹ̀ ti wá ṣe gbogbo wọn ti ṣàyẹ̀wò gbogbo bẹ̀. so lẹ́yìn yẹn mo tún ń gbọ́ rògbòdìyàn kan lórí ọkùnrin kan tó ń pè ní Fẹ́mi Òjòdú àbí nǹkan arákùnrin yìí mi ò mọ̀ ó ní bàbá Adédìbú gbéṣẹ́ fún mi ní 2009 gbogbo alamọ̀ pé bàbá Adédìbú kú ní 2008 mo rí pé dàbẹ̀ ni pé ọpọlọ ọkùnrin yẹn kan lọ yẹ̀ wò bàbá Adédìbú ọ̀dẹ̀ tírẹ̀nì mi fúnṣẹ́ kankan mi ò close mọ́ bàbá Adédìbú bàbá mi tí mo close mọ́ sẹ́ńtọ́ Rasidi Adiwo Ládọjà ní mi ò dẹ̀ dalẹ̀ rẹ̀ níláyé mi gbogbo ọdún tí mo fi tẹ̀lé bí ogun ṣe le tó lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ mi ò kú lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ mi ò gbàbọ̀dé fún wọn alọ́kùnrin yẹn ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé òun Fẹ́mi Òjòdú èmi àtòun ṣe mítìn ní Ìbàdàn ní 2009 nígbà wọn fẹ́ dìbò wọn á rí i pé ọpọlọ ti ń dùn so nígbà táwọn kẹ́ bí mi mo ní kó sọ pé kó fọmọ tó bí búra pé èmi àtòun ṣe mítìn kó jáde kó ṣe fídíò kó wá fi ọmọ rẹ̀ búra pé káwọn ọmọ tóun bí yẹn wọn kú mọ̀ lójú tóun bá parọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tóun fẹ́ sọ mo rí i pé wàhálà tí mò ń fà lórí àwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn yẹn mo rí i pé wọ́n ti fẹ́ kó sì lúbọ̀ láti mọ fi ba orúkọ mi jẹ́ ó lè mú kí n wí irọ́ ni wọ́n dẹ̀ pa gbogbo ìtàn gbogbo táwọn olóṣèlú ń dá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn irọ́ ni wọ́n ń pa gbogbo ohun tí Fẹ́mi Òdòdú àbí mi mọ́kùnrin yẹn rí náà òjòdú yẹn àbójòdú ni wọ́n pè mi ò ní nǹkan kan pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ mi ò mọ́rí so gbogbo ohun tó lọ́hùn yẹn irọ́ ni wọ́n ń pa àfi tí gbogbo Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn tó ń pa àwọn fámìlì mi tó bá kó lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wa látó lè mi àti wọn tó ní.
Sorry for that. If you probably didn't understand the what he said all through, I'll try and give you a summary of what he said. So after they burned down his house, he said his 2 brothers who were sleeping in the house, who saw them when they started the attack, heard them speaking Hausa. They might be speaking Fufude, but they are speaking a language that is not Yoruba. And his 2 brothers are those who can give detailed accounts of what really happened that night. That's what he said there. Then he also said, if these guys really want to fight him, you know, your Nigerian government said they should arrest him. They are working on how to get him arrested or go and pick him up. And I told you, that is something that they have to really, really sit down and work well before they can do. So he said, if they knew that if they knew they were coming for him, why did they go to his old house? His old house is not far from his new house. Since they knew that they had guns and they can burn down buildings and they were looking for him, why did they go to his old house and not to his new house? So that when they asked him again that did he have anyone that is suspected for this or is suspecting, he said no. And did he have any evidence of Fulanis being those who attacked his house or burned down his house? He said, well, he would have given them evidence while he's giving that interview this morning if those who came to burn his house, if they didn't go to his old house, if they had the courage, they knew that he's now living in his new house, which is not far from the old one. However, he said politicians who are trying to turn this into politics, trying to to water it down and spoil his name and destroy his name for standing up that Fulani killings Yorubas, kidnapping Yorubas in Yoruba land must leave. It's as simple as that. If they stop killing our people, if they stop kidnapping our people, he had no problem with them. But he's saying it that they are not looking for any peace. They are looking for more war, and he's ready for it now. They know where he lives. Your government know where he lives. But because Sunday Igboho is fully fortified, your soldiers, your military, your police, they will not dare by just moving and say they want to go and arrest Sunday Igboho. Where did all this start from? Somebody said, today, what you have is that Nigerian government, Nigerian regime of Boko Haram, they are protecting these murderous Fulani terrorists in Nigeria, as well as everywhere in Nigeria. It is so obvious that they have shown that they are not in any way interested in prosecuting those who have committed crime. They are only interested in forcing everyone to accept that this is the reality now. Just take it. But it's not going to happen. As much as some people are saying Sunday Igboho's Sunday Igboho's campaign and everyone's campaign that the Fulani, murderous Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land, they must leave. And the people have the right to protect themselves, defend themselves against these murderous criminals. They are not going to stop except they are match fire for fire. So those who are going to stop us are those you should be very, very wary of, because you are not just going to be fighting against the Fulani bandits and terrorists. You will be fighting against Nigerian government led by the Fulani jihadists called the presidency. But someone shared something. But before I get to that, I want you to take this message. It's an old video, which message is very, very strong, detailed, and well self-explanatory. So I want to share that with you. It is from the former president, Obasanjo. So as much as this is going on, the presidency, the friends of Tinubu, they are already working towards discrediting him by blaming, they have blamed him for the NSAS protest. They said it's because of his desperation that he can't control Buhari's government. That is why he started and sponsored NSAS. That was why they ordered for the killings in Lagos. That was why they endorsed the killing. Because if they had said no to the killings of those armless protesters in Lagos, they would have completely, confirmed that they were sponsored by Tinubu. Now, Sunday Igboho asking murderous Fulani terrorists to leave Yoruba land. They are also accusing him now that he's the one doing it. So, Tinubu boys, they are out with full force. They are not going to fight for Yoruba land. They are not going to fight for your protection. They are not going to discuss how they are going to get you protected from these murderous criminals. They are going to do everything to prove to their northern warlord that they support them. They are not in any support of your agitation, your demand for peace. And they have to prove that because they are suspecting them in Abuja that they are those sponsoring Sunday Igboho because Tinubu want to be president in 2023. Meanwhile, in Yoruba land, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the humbled slaves, the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogu Alimajiris, the Facebook adsmen, and all these social media bandits, those ass lickers and crop chasers shouting Tinubu, Tinubu, they are also blaming Sunday Igboho. There are some people are sponsoring him in order not to let Tinubu win the election or become president. So last, they are about to politicize it. But guess what? It all started from somewhere. And for those who have lost it, for those of you who are still being politically correct, for those of you who are still trying to be, to be diplomatic in saying your truth, right? Let me give you an idea how this all started. And the better explanation why, one, there is no peace, there is no solution offered by the Miyetiala, the Fulani Miyetiala for Yoruba people. Yorubas will demand the respect and we will get that respect, whether they like it or not. Right? But this is the genesis. And I'll go to the next one and to the next one. Then I'll take you to Olu. Because, as usual, they are busy in Olu, killing innocent people who have committed no crime other than that they are part of Nigeria. Right? They have killed innocent people, harmless people. But ESN is up to the task. It is a developing story. We are going to go to Imo State, Olu, today. But before then, watch this.
1999, the election, The Yorubas, who will probably, it depends on how you look at it, they will be either the second largest tribe in Nigeria, or depending how, if you take Hausa Fulani, you separate them, Hausa separate and Fulani separate, the Yorubas might even be the largest tribe in Nigeria. They didn't vote for me. And immediately after I took over government, I called some members of my government. I said, look, the Yorubas didn't vote for us. Let us see what we can do. I didn't say that because they didn't vote for me, the type of statement that President Buhari made when, after the 2015 election, and he said only those who voted for him will enjoy patronage. Now, that immediately put the back of some people up. Now, and then there are at least two zones who did not vote for him. South did not vote for him. Southeast did not vote for him. And anything he does, they see it, oh, he has said those who did not vote for him will not enjoy patronage. So you divide them. You made it they and we straight away. I wouldn't do that. That is specific. Then when you have a situation where your own tribe is being accused of something, now you must be able to look into it and make it transparently clear that that accusation is unfounded, or if it's founded, you deal with it. There have been, well, herdsmen, farmers. Now, herdsmen are mainly Fulanis. Nothing has been done. Rather than doing something about it, what we are having is, okay, we will create colonies.
Thank you very much. There is an extension to that video. I just wanted to give you a background picture, okay? The message in there. How did all this division start? Because many of you will agree that Nigeria has never been this physically divided, ever. Even though they have managed to package the lies for 60 years, well, maybe 57 years, until Boko Haram became your president in Nigeria. And from then on, the Fulani others that are scared to attack the locals, that are very careful to continue, with the relationship they have with their hosts in different parts of the country, right? And if they run into trouble with any of their hosts, they will quickly run for a way to make peace so that it won't lead to any wahala. And they have been like that for years until 2015. So immediately Boko Haram came in, the division came in because he made it clear that you see those who gave me the 97% versus the 5%. That was the moment I knew that now Akure, you have made a living dead breeding mannequin the leader of 200 million mumus. That was the day I knew that, well, this is it. You are done for. 97 and 5, 102%. That's more than 100. But it was so much with it. 97. Well, he said it in Washington, in America. That alone sent signal to those who are, for their own reasons, did not vote for Boko Haram. And those who didn't vote for him, according to Boko Haram, he was going to punish them. But look at those who voted for him. Yorubas who voted for him. Look at us today. We are now going to be saving money for kidnappers. If you are putting your insurance money away now, putting your pension money away, you have to also start saving some money for kidnappers, or you have to take insurance of kidnappers, so that if kidnappers kidnap you and they need ransom, because police can't save you, Amotekun will not save you, Miyetiala will not save you, because they will just be the negotiator. They are those who will be the intermediary for those who kidnapped you and your family members, Yorubas who voted. Even the North, where they have their the three Kardashians, KKK, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina. As we talk today, Kaduna, southern Kaduna, is a war zone. You know the story. Fulani terrorists have destroyed and desecrated the entire area. That people who are even fighting for themselves have been arrested by government, prosecuted for terrorism by government. They are killers, They are getting land allocation in southern Kaduna. They are renaming villages to Fulani villages now in southern Kaduna since 2015. KKK, 3 Kardashians. Remember them every election. Borno State, where out of 27 local governments, only 4 local governments is functioning right now. 23 local government is in control of terrorists in Borno. They did not declare state of emergency. But during election, you will get 1.2 million, 1.5 million voters there, ghost voters from ghost towns. But look at Katsina, where Boko Haram even come from. Katsina State, where their governor, Bello Masari or Masaku, whatever it is. Bello Masari, the man that gave over 1 billion naira to bandits, took pictures with them and posed with the bandit guns, Nigerian army, Nigerian police, bandit guns, and they were taking pictures because it's a peace meeting to bring peace to Katsina, because the old general, the breeding mannequin, living in the lifeless mannequin living in Aso Rock is nowhere to be found. Half of Daura, they are now living as refugees in Cameroon. I'm not making this up. Because to you, maybe like, Maiyegun, do you know all of this? It's because you have been reading the news and you are not interested, because you just read the headline. 45 people killed, 100 people displaced, 30 people killed, 1,000 people displaced. Those people displaced, where do you think they go to? They end up in IDP camp. They end up in refugee camps. Some of them are now in refugee in Chad, in Niger Republic, and in Cameroon. Nigerians who voted for Boko Haram in 2015. In 2015, the numbers of IDP camp. You see, when they say IDP camp, Baba, na fancy name. IDP is internally displaced persons. What do you mean by internally displaced person? Now, natural disaster displaced them, or terrorism displaced them. They are not internally displaced persons. They are refugee. Nigerians who are refugees in their country. Now, Yoruba land, we are going to begin to have our own refugee camps now in Yoruba land. They are going to tell you that they are working on it. They are fixing it. They are going after them. They will arrest them. They will do this. Every time you try to defend yourselves, their soldiers will come in. Ask those who their soldiers beat up in Ogun State 4 days ago, simply because they rejected Fulani terrorists from grazing their cows on their farms. Who does that? Shouldn't the Yoruba governor be defending the Yorubas in any deal? I told you, the reason why Oduduwa Republic is so important to every Yoruba son and daughter who is in fact well informed but not a bastard. If you are not fully informed, maybe with time you will be educated enough to understand why you are better off without Nigeria than to be in Nigeria. But if you are well informed, educated enough for you to continue to claim Nigeria as a Yoruba man, you are not going to be different from a bastard. And I will explain to you. From 1960 to date, those who have been speaking and representing Yorubas in the deal in Nigeria, this Nigeria you see should be a Nigeria project that involves everybody. Igbos, Hausas, Yorubas, Fulanis, Nupes, Efik, Ijos, Ishekiris, and everyone from everywhere represented, having a stake in it, having a say in it. Yeah? And in the process, they have to agree to a deal that works for their own people. But since 1960 to date, how many of that development can you point out in Yoruba land now? When they talk about poverty capital of the world, we have our share. When they talk about the unemployment in Nigeria, where you have graduates with no jobs, years after graduation, they are roaming the street, doing some odd jobs. Those who are actually having jobs, they are underemployed in Yoruba land. And every now and then, they will push people forward and say, this person is a governor, that person is a governor. This person is House of Rep member. That one is a senator. This one is this one is that. In Yoruba land, we even produce president. But when all of them come to the table to discuss Yoruba land, where 24/7 electricity is a mirage, is a dream, and you have been having Yorubas being governors, being senators, being presidents, being all of this, awarding contracts, executing contracts, writing budget, making laws for Yoruba land for 22 years, and then go back there and tell me you are proud of what they have done to Yoruba land and to Yoruba people. It's because they've never made any good deal for Yoruba in the project Nigeria. So at the end of the day, if you are not well informed why you are what you are and why what is happening to you is happening to you, being part of Nigeria, then you will get to know later and you will make an informed decision why Nigeria is not for you. It's never for you. It won't be for you. And then, you know what I mean? Nothing you do that will make it be for you. Reason is because those who are negotiating for you, negotiating for Yoruba, negotiating on behalf of Yoruba, taking political offices on behalf of Yoruba, in the past 22 years, in the recent history, they have been doing all these negotiations for themselves. When the time came in 2015 to sell the Yoruba off for a porridge, for a pot of porridge, vice presidency, ministerial post, maybe senatorial days, and all of those schemes that they put together, they didn't put them together for you. They didn't put them together for me. If they did, today, Yoruba will not be screaming for safety. We have seen videos, we have seen pictures, we have seen so many evidences of all these attacks. We have seen audio, we have listened to audios, people asking for help in Yoruba land, but they have nobody to call. They actually have nobody to call, right? And for those who were deceived into believing that a Boko Haram is coming to fix a country for them, yeah, there were many who believed too. But many people are beginning to realize that this is a complete farce, fake, fraud, and it will consume more lives if a stop is not put to it, right? Like what we are witnessing today. When you tell the government to do the right thing, when you ask the government to protect you, what do? They send their soldiers after you. They call you the criminal. And right before your eyes, they are releasing terrorists. They are compensating terrorists. They call it rehabilitation. There is no law that gives them that. It was only Boko Haram and those around him who are now called the presidency. The people who have no clue, who have no idea of what you are going through at that your village in Yoruba land. And they are deciding there for you. They give no hoot. They give no damn. Should you not as well? There are people who knows that things are not what they seems to be. And I want to share this story with you. It is from somebody who also believed that, who thought they were having a Boko Haram, like they lied to you, a Boko Haram of 1984, an overrated Megad, who eventually ran Nigeria aground, but got kicked out, only to be revived again 30 years later. Listen to this story. People are disengaging. You should too. 2023 is too far. You may be dead before then. If you continue to believe that everything now they are doing is in your interest and not against your interest, they will go after Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho is not somebody Fulani will grab and collect money from. What about you? And if you are looking for somebody to call you, if you are looking for your leader, president of your country, to at least support you, protect you, you voted for him. For those of you who voted for him, I'm talking to you directly now. Because maybe you thought you were voting for that fake Boko Haram that they repackaged for you in 2015. Many people know the truth, and they are now realizing it. Unfortunately, it is too late. Maybe not too late, but listen to this before we go to...
The president himself had openly said that these people coming in are foreigners. Governor El-Rufai himself also gave indication. If you are the president of a country and foreigners are coming in to intimidate your own people and to rape your people, I would have thought the commander-in-chief would be the last to accept that. General Muhammad Buhari was my boss, the general officer commanding when I was in 3 DIF. I was commanding a unit under him. He went against Shagari to defend Nigerian interests against Chadians. And in one of the briefings, when he was briefing us, because when they stopped funding the division, he had to use what is called the welfare allowances of division to fund the operations, to ensure that Nigerian islands in Chad were protected. And in his brief, one of the briefings, he openly told us that his family, most of his family are from Niger, but he is a Nigerian officer, and that he owes allegiance to Nigeria. And I admired Buhari then, that what a man whose family is partially from Niger, and yet is is loyal to Nigeria. This was against all the pressure given by other people that Shagari, that you should pull out and allow the Chadians have their way. General Muhammad Buhari refused. Now, why is General Buhari now so different? I think the answer to that, I think maybe his wife may answer it, because the wife has been battling those who are holding the president hostage. The president is no more General Muhammad Buhari, some of us knew, who was a patriot. At the moment, those who are the handlers of General Muhammad Buhari are only answerable to the Fulani worldwide interests. And it's a...
Do you get that? It is about Fulani worldwide interests. Whatever you want to make of that, it's up to you. I know many of you who have been lying to yourself, living in denial that it's not possible. What is all this Fulanization? What is all of these things? There are so many things that are not right. Okay? He told them in 1980s that, it's from Niger Republic. All his families are from Niger Republic. But he sworn an allegiance to Nigeria. Then he hadn't planned a coup to overthrow government. So he said he pledged allegiance to Nigeria. Therefore, he's going to defend and gain the land for Nigeria. And they believed him. Few years after that, he overthrew Shagari and took over himself and denied Nigeria from becoming the the AU Secretary General or AU chair at the time, a Nigerian nominee. Boko Haram decided to go and vote for somebody from Niger or from Chad, his own cousins and his own family members from there. When he finally gained power, that was what happened. But he told these guys, same way some of them were repeating the lies in 2015. Now we have what is called Fulani worldwide agenda. Many of them, whether they are PDP or APC, have you noticed? When it comes to Fulani of a thing, have you ever seen Atiku? Have you ever seen Atiku criticize Fulani terrorists anywhere? Have you? He will never criticize them, because if he tries it, he's declaring himself an enemy to Fulani worldwide, God knows what agenda. They said Fulanis are welcome to Nigeria. The Fulani Miyetiala are now telling us in Yoruba land that all the land in Nigeria belong to them. And now they are using the money in Nigeria to build a refinery in Niger Republic. They want to borrow money in the name of Nigeria to construct rail line from Kano to Maradi in Niger Republic. The Niger Republic, whose whatever international trade or trade they have with Nigeria is not up to $1 million. Nigeria is borrowing $2 billion to construct rail line down to Maradi. So dot the line. And today, everywhere, they threaten everybody. If you are not going to take it, then you are going to just kill yourself. You cannot stop us. Nobody can. You know that stuff. All of these things were not there before today. No Fulani was demanding to be given land by force before Boko Haram became president in 2015. I don't know if many of you have ever seen this before, where they'll say, oh, Fulanis wanted to take over land in Yoruba land. Oh, Fulani wanted, they are fighting because of this and that in Yoruba land. It has never been like this, right? And when they started with the Christians in northern Nigeria, the areas they know that are completely domiciled by Christians in northern Nigeria, especially in southern Kaduna, in Plateau Jos, and so many other areas like Adamawa, and so many other areas where they focus their attacks to take over their land. They killed them, they ransacked them, and they renamed all the villages. And guess what? The governor of Kaduna State, El Rufaya, the Kaduna Little Finger, actually gave approval for the for the inauguration of new emirs. As you are watching this video right now, there are so many villages, over 142 villages and towns that are now in control and command of the Fulani jihadists that came from God knows where. Do you understand that now? And they have taken over those places. The government of Kaduna State, they have already legalized that. They have appointed emirs for them. They have inaugurated them. They have gazetted them. They are now part of the Kaduna State. So in the future, when you try to fight, when the owners of the land finally try to fight, they will be repelled. That is what awaits us, the Yorubas. That is what they are now pushing in Yoruba land. And when you see all these politicians telling you that don't start wahala, don't start war, what they are telling you is that please don't complain about war, don't complain about the wahala, just keep quiet. God will, very soon, God will just do it. You know, if you get killed, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to share videos with you of those who have become their victims. Sunday Igboho, it is time for people to know that those who are going to fight him are not going to fight him because they have the power to fight him. They are going to fight him simply because it is now so clear that the young Yorubas, the youth in Yoruba land, right? They have found a pillar, somebody they can hold on to and move forward to defend their land. And this is not good, because those who are supposed to give them problems are those who have the political powers in Yoruba land, those traditional rulers, those prominent people, rich people. They are those who are supposed to give them problem from gaining access into Yoruba land, because there were those who are supposed to understand it better, right? And then ignore them. But those ones are not giving them problems. Who are those giving them problems? And they don't even consider you problem. They would not have considered Sunday Igboho a problem. They would just have used their police to pick him up, arrest some people, and then that's it. The same way they are doing to Omoyele Sowore, the same thing they did to the NSAS protesters. They would have done that. But they know that Sunday Igboho is, is a whole army on his own. And therefore, the fact that he can inspire millions of Yorubas worldwide on this case is a big threat. But they cannot just go and take him. They need the permission, the approval, the access of those who are controlling Yoruba land. Who are those? The political class. So what the political class are now doing is that they are now making deal. Burning down Sunday Igboho's house is the beginning of it. There is going to be more they are going to try. They won't go to him easily. They know it's not going to go down well. And they know, with the impression all over the world, we, the Yorubas, the Yoruba sons and daughters, home and abroad, who are now ready, by the way, right, to form a united front. Now that we know those who are going to be the enemies of Yoruba land, those who want to destroy Yoruba land, and those who are benefiting from the destruction of Yoruba land, the Yoruba political criminals who have decided to parley with the Miyetiala. Now, Miyetiala will have security patrol in Yoruba state, in Yoruba town, villages. They will do stop and search. They will do stop and search on you. Okay, and they can also, now that they have the guns, they have the power now to go what? To go and waylay anyone they want to kill. If their plan is to assassinate Sunday Igboho, the Yoruba governors, the Yoruba political class who have endorsed this arrangement from Ondo State yesterday in Akure, those who have endorsed this arrangement with Miyetiala, what they have done is that Miyetiala now have the authorization to follow anyone, any Yoruba son or daughter who stand against the advancement and the encroachment on our land, in Yoruba land. They will just make it look like armed robbery or make it look like an accident. That is the, what do you call it? That is their next phase now. The Yoruba governors, the Yorubas worldwide, it is time for us to begin the march, to begin the general mobilization of all the Yoruba sons and daughters, like I said, home and abroad, to let those governors in Yoruba land know that they cannot decide what will kill Yorubas on behalf of Yorubas for their own political correctness. I'm speaking to those of you who have, who have all the wherewithal to push this. Let us begin the mobilization. The entire Yoruba land should be on lockdown, where the Yorubas will be demanding from their governors to cancel that arrangement they make with Miyetiala, because it is a license for the Fulani terrorists to move about in Yoruba land and commit their killings legitimately. That's what they are doing, and what the political class are getting in return is political security, so they can be still secure politically. Those who want to be governor can still be governor. Those who want to be senator will still be senator. Those who want to go and be president will go and be president. On and on and on, at the expense of the people of Yoruba land. I have sent this message out, and I hope the right people will take it up. Now, the what do you call it? The project of protecting Yoruba land, the security of Yoruba land, the business of securing Yoruba land is now everybody's business, except for those who want to cash in, those who wants to make money, those who wants to make their own blood money from the blood of the Yorubas, like those who have the power to protect the northerners from the invaders, to protect them from the Boko Haram, protect them from the ISWAP, protect them from the bandits, but they didn't protect them. Rather, they are making deals with the terrorists. That is what our Yoruba governors have just done. And that is a license to Fulani terrorists to walk about in Yoruba land. And if you are picking this message from me, please work on it. And I know those I'm passing this message to, and they will work on it. Your Tinubu is going to be scapegoated. They are going to gaslight him. They feel like it's not going to be, it's a big threat. Because if they are not going to hand over the power to him in APC, he will have the power to collapse the APC. Buhari is probably dead. Literally is dead, right? And then the presidency, who knows that they have committed so much atrocities against every tribe in Nigeria, like they are killing the Biafrans in Olu, in Imo State, for the past 3 days. And there is no real coverage of that killing in Nigeria. The politicians from the eastern Nigeria, they are also keeping quiet, right? So it's the same thing that they are doing in one of you. So they believe that if they don't stop Tinubu, now that they have the power, he is going to crush and crash their APC before 2023, and that will expose them a lot if they will ever have the 2023. So therefore, they have started gaslighting him. What's in concern Tinubu and Igboho? What is the problem of Tinubu? I mean, what is the connection between Tinubu and Igboho telling the Fulani terrorists to leave Igboho after what they have done to Yoruba people? It is where they are bringing the politics in. The politics of deceiving you, that you have something of a greater good. What greater good it is when we pay with the lives of our people. What is the connection between Tinubu and Igboho? Tinubu that went to Papa Shoronti's house in Ondo after Fulani terrorists killed his daughter. Tinubu went there and he was asking the journalist that where are the cows? If you think she was killed by Fulani terrorists, where are the cows? At least show me the cows. Do you get that now? So now, how is that in any collaboration with Sunday Igboho? But that is where the politics of it comes in. That is where Ojodu, Femi Oponu, or whatever he called himself, came out to come and play the card of Sunday Igboho can betray, because he believed that maybe some people are paying him to go and send Fulani away by lying to all of you, making all of you believe that it was those who wanted to cause problem that are asking Fulani to leave, right? Now they are going to gaslight that Tinubu. And let me tell you, watch this video. These guys who are now being sponsored by the presidency, they want you to know that everything going on in Nigeria right now is being done by Tinubu. They are telling their people in the north, they are telling them that Tinubu is the one sponsoring Boko Haram. They are telling them in the north that Tinubu is the one sponsoring, all this violence here and there, just because he can't control Boko Haram's government and he wants to control it. And since he can't control it, he also wants to be president. So he's making Nigeria ungovernable. I didn't say it. Maybe I just said it better. Listen to this guy.
To the members of the Cartoon and Tech Group in Nigeria, the Fulani to quite some part of his state. Apart from being a lawyer who should know the Constitution of Nigeria accurately, is not known to have proselytized for survey wrestling. An unnecessary attention seeking with emphasizing the sheering twist in what is happening in the southern today. Sir, you must have also noticed that immediately after accurately ensure the ultimate that all one rubble show a cartoon Mrs. Sunday Igboho took a cue for their an issue. His own ultimate which they extended to all parts of Yoruba land. Last year, the former Lagos governor was also fingerprinted as one of the sponsors of the NSAS protest, with almost destroying Nigeria. Many online media reported at the heart of protest that Bola Tinubu was sponsoring their NSAS protection in southwest part of country in order to creep their country and bring their administration of President Muhammadu Buhari to disrupt of the global front. Based on those attendance, we have every reason to believe that Tinubu is behind the current turmoil in the southwest of.
Sorry about that. I know that's a little bit torturous, isn't it? Yeah, it can be a bit of a torture listening to that. Yeah, that's the guys. If you listen to the Miyetti Allah too, you'll just be sitting down there and be wondering that who are those Omoades in Yoruba land who are always finding ways to give excuse for all these marauders, all these invaders, all these criminals who gives no hoot about your tradition. They have no respect for you. They are demanding that you respect them and what they want, or you will pay with your life, and you are checking out because of what you're going to gain, or because of what some people are going to gain, politically or materially, whatever it is. Those are the people who are now pretty much going to stage different protests this year. They are going to say, and your Tifnumbu, to those of you who are waiting for 2023, and those of you who are trying to bury Yoruba land because you want to see your Tifnumbu become president of Nigeria in 2023. This is what you are going to have to deal with this year. These are the people, because what you are going to get is that your Tifnumbu may end up being the president of the VIP section of Kuje prison. I don't know how you're going to take that in. Some of you think, let me even talk to you, because there are times I do read some comments and I ask myself, like, what are you thinking when you pick up your phone and then the moment you watch or you listen to something that tells you the truth, that you should be smart enough, or if you are smart, that means if you are really smart. I don't really see anyone listening to Boko Haram or defending Boko Haram, defending Tifnumbu or any of these criminals. I don't see them as intelligent people. I see them as people who are conditioned. They are conditioned to be like that if they want to survive. And there are so many people who are conditioned that way to defend the looters, to defend those who, over the years, for 22 years, all they could give to you is that war zone, Yoruba land, after 22 years. So when I see people defend them, find excuses for them in the face of this threat, this security threat, yeah, I just, it feels bad in a way, because defending them, putting them forward before yourself and all of that is pretty much like we call it self-hate. I think they call it self-hate, and I'll read your comments sometimes, and the first thing you will say is, leave Tinubu alone. Tinubu would be the president and all of that. I know, but picking up your phone to write that, like, after all of this, that's the most you can say. It don't matter. Leave him alone. Leave he's going to be your, I'm like, okay, fine. Fine. I just hope you'll be able to go and see him in Kuje prison when the Fulanis are done with him. Because some of you have no idea. All these boys who have been the casualties of this political power play in the past 5 years, some of them are watching me right now. They know what I'm talking about. Many, many of you are still going to be sacrificed for what is coming, starting from this year. I know many of them are already going to town, seeing ways how to sabotage the Yoruba in order to prove a point that we love you. Fulani, we love you. Your governors have already said they love them. We love you. Come, don't worry. No vacation. Don't leave. Don't leave. Just stay with us. Of course, when they start killing you too, right? We'll see how much of that love for one Nigeria or how much of that love you have left to go and queue, to go and vote for Tinubu as the president of VIP section, Kuje prison. Now, let's go to Imo. But before I go to Imo, I'll show you two videos of incidents in two places. Today in Ibadan, right? They arrested, they arrested some Fulani terrorists with guns, 10 guns and different guns, right? They are about 35 in number. They are on their way. They claimed, I mean, the truck bringing them to Oyo State. The truck is registered to, I mean, it's registered in Kebbi. The truck is from Kebbi. So we just summarily agreed that they are coming from Kebbi to come and fight for their Seriki Fulani in Egongon. They were going to Ibarapa. They have thousands of them still scattered in that forest as we speak right now. But they caught some of them in Edo today with guns and all of that. However, they also found those who are also running away from Ibarapa after the youth of Ibarapa took over the security of their environment in the Ibarapa area. Yeah, and this is someone said they found them in somewhere in Kwara. But watch the video, still in Yoruba land.
Chief Adimunda of the Second Kingdom. Àbáwọn náà ṣe rí wọn nìyẹn o, ara àwọn tán lé tán sá láti bóyá Ọ̀yọ́ àbí Kẹ́bì nǹkan kan, àwọn náà ń sá kiri o, wọ́n ti dé èsì ẹ̀ tán ké sí wa lé nínú yẹn, so àwa náà ò dẹ̀ gbà àti ẹ̀yà dẹ̀ ti pé kábíyèsí eléṣẹ́ ọ́fíìsì ẹ̀ bàbá ti ní ká dá wọn padà, wọn gbọ́dọ̀ já màálù padà kalẹ̀ léṣẹ́ ẹ̀ o, kán padà báyìí ni táwọn bá ti fẹ́ wàhálà.
Ẹ dákun kí ni ìdánilójú ń pè ní tọ́ba tí ẹ̀ fi wọ́n lẹ̀kan mọ́ lọ wọn tó ní wọ́n náà àlùmọ̀kọ́rọ́ padà sí ibi.
Kánsá ti kúrò léṣe ẹ ìlú tó bá gbà wọ́n ní o, ìlú tó bá gbà wọ́n tán pé kán dúró sí ìlú àwọn náà lè fara mọ́ àmọ́ wà o, kò sí ní tó jọ léṣe ẹ.
Ṣé ẹ kàn fi wọ́n lẹ̀kan mọ́ lọ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lófò bá náà ni àbí ẹ fi wọ́n jófin kán mọ́ lè padà wá rubí mọ́ láyé?
Wọ́n àti ẹ̀ ní lè padà dé rubí torí fífi wọ́n jófin ti dájú, àwa táwa ń bí náà ò gọ̀ àìsí ìsọmọdé tó wọn lè lọ lásán báwọn. Ọdún tó ti ní máa fọ́ táyà mọ́tò tó gbé wọn wá táwọn bá lóòdù ẹ̀ padà.
Ṣé ẹ ti fi tó àwọn agbófinró létí?
A ti pè wọ́n àti gba àwọn agbófinró. Nítorí tí wàá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìnyí kọjá agbófinró bẹ́ẹ̀ pa agbófinró wa ìmọ̀ye agbófinró tí ò ní wá wọn à ní wá, so àwa fúnra wa la agbófinró ara wa báyìí ká dá wọn padà sílé ni, kán padà síbi tán ti ń bọ̀ àfẹ́ rí wọn.
So according to that man, they found them in a year, which people told me is somewhere around Kwara State. It's a Yoruba land. So, and they consider them as those who are running away from Ibarapa or who are probably running away from somewhere else or from Ondo. So, and the man is being asked, what are you going to do now with them? He said, we're going to send them back to wherever they are coming from. They're not going to stay in Yoruba land or anywhere near them there. And they're like, what are you going to do to them? Are you going to, punish them so that this will be a deterrent to others that they should not cross the border and cross to Yoruba land anymore? If they're running away, they should move away back to wherever. If their truck says they are coming from Kebbi, then they should go back to Kebbi, or their bus, their truck and all of that will be their tire will be deflated. That was what he said. So it's just to tell you that the awareness is everywhere in Yoruba land. Okay, the awareness of everyone being security conscious. They've always had it. Okay, our Yoruba hunters, Agbekoya, OPC, and so many other security organizations, local security organizations who are working from our remote villages. They are there, they are alerted. Now look at them, they can make videos too. That is something, the technology that will continue to expose those who wants to make us accept Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land and their killings, and those who are sending them. We now have this awareness so good, so great, that an average security man in Yoruba land, in those of our villages, on our farms, even farmers, they know now that they can make videos of events that is happening to them. Take a look at this. This one is not even far away in Kwara or Ibarapa in Oyo State. This one happened in Ogun State, where people had to run to safety when they got attacked by Fulani terrorists in Ogun State. Watch this.
You can see people there. That's where we came from. People's car. Are they doing something to people's car? Are they do? Oh God, have mercy. We can't go back there. It's Fulani herdsmen, no. Fulani herdsmen. We can't go back there. We can't. We can't. Not be them. That's not them. Those ones came from here. They are still at that side. I heard them shooting. People heard them shooting. That's why we ran. And where are you going to? Please, babe. See, this is the church. We just have to. We ran into this church.
You see that? Yeah, that is what Yoruba governors are telling you to accept and live with. There is no, see, don't listen to all this grammar. Don't listen to all the nonsense they are going to say in the media and all the rubbish they are going to write in the media. They are lying to you. You will be the victims. You will be doing all of this. Just yesterday, 2 days ago, a woman was attacked in Ijebu. 4 days ago, those who rejected those who resisted Fulani terrorists from grazing on their farms in Yewa side of Ogun State, they brought in, the Fulani herdsmen, they went on, they brought soldiers, and the soldiers were going from one village to the other, bringing out everybody who resisted them, and they beat them mercilessly. Do you know that now? That is what you are going to get used to. The other day as well, travelers on Benin Road got attacked, and people got kidnapped. Those who escaped made the video. You saw the video. Watch my previous video on Maiyegun's diary. You will see that if you need an update. These are what you are going to get used to. Defending yourself is going to be a crime, right? And your governors just endorsed that. We should get our Yoruba mothers, our Yoruba fathers, the young people in Yoruba land. You should get them on that street and tell the Yoruba governors the same thing they did, the same thing we did during the Ruga, when a Yoruba man from Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga Oshimbadi, a Yoruba man, vice president. It was the one who preferred the solution of Ruga, give them land if you want peace. A Yoruba man. It was a Yoruba man who first offered to legalize giving your land to Fulanis, who they don't know where they are coming from. For God knows where. A Yoruba man, Oshimbadi. And they pushed it. They used the media to try to swindle people, to try to make people believe that that's the best. It's the solution, it's the peace, give your land or your life, and blah, blah, blah. A Yoruba man. Even Femi Opono Ademis Road also joined, and he said, your land or your life. You remember? Yorubas. Now, Yoruba land is being occupied. The Yoruba governor says, there is no problem. It's not what you think. Don't start any war now. Don't cause any problem, because what they are saying is that don't let us lose our good life. Oh. Don't let us lose all this good peck we are enjoying, because if you start the whole thing now, Fulani are going to dethrone us, and that is it. We will not, you know what I'm talking about? That is what they want you to get used to. And it's up to you if you want to keep living like that, or you're going to live with the people who are going to come together. Because when Yorubas heard about Ruga, what did we do? Every state, every town, city in Yoruba land was occupied by the Yorubas, telling all the governors that if you demand, be careful, don't bring any Ruga nonsense to this place. We have no land. If you want any land, any governor that want to sign any Ruga or give land to Fulani anywhere, they should go and give them their father's land in their own villages. Just go there as a governor, give them your father's land. You remember that protest in Yoruba land? We need to have that protest again. Occupy everywhere, government houses, Ekiti, from Ekiti to Ondo, from Ondo to Oshun, from Oshun to Ibadan, Agodi, occupy everywhere. Tell those governors, the deal they made with Fulani terrorists in the name of Miyeti Allah, those who are threatening us, that if we fail to give our lands, They will take the land and take our lives. Now, they don't even have to do that anymore because the Yoruba governors have told them to come around. Don't worry, stay in the forest. You can keep the forest. In fact, we can even pay you money for security. Now, Amotekun will be collecting allowance from your state governors. Miyetiala will also be collecting security money from your state governors. They will tell you that anyone will tell you that this is not the best deal is trying to cause a problem because there's already a problem. Now, leaders of thought, I'm talking about people who actually make things happen. Take my message now. Act on it. Make it happen. From Abeokuta, yes, from Okemoson, Abeokuta, to Ado-Ekiti, to Akure, the government house there. Occupy everywhere. Tell those governors, whatever deal they have with, they even have the deal with this Fulani terrorists. And the victims, the farmers from all these places, they were not invited. Meanwhile, they allowed the Fulani terrorists to bring their governors. They brought all the Fulani terrorists they could bring in as their representatives. Miyetiala from all over the world were there to negotiate a deal. The deal that allows them to stay in Yoruba land and do whatever they want. And then they will help Yoruba land to protect Yoruba land from Fulani terrorists. Who does that? Take over everywhere, take my message up and act on it. Now let's go to Olu. You see, the Biafrans, they have taken their destiny into their own hand. And now they are no longer waiting for their politicians. It is their politicians who also gave room for Nigerian, Nigerian murderous soldiers to walk into Biafra land and be killing harmless people, innocent people, simply because they are asking for their own country. So it is their politicians who did that to them. And today, the Igbo people now have what they call the ESN, the Igbo people have an instant security network which protects them not only from the Fulani terrorists, but also from the Nigerian terrorists, the Nigerian military, who are so happy, trigger happy to shoot at harmless people. We are waiting for them when they will start that with us in Yoruba land because it's not a long time anymore. They are going to start it in Yoruba land very, very soon, whereby you will begin to engage them too, like the ESN. And let me tell you something, for those of you who don't really support ESN for your own reasons, or because you don't like IPOB, or you don't like Nnamdi Kanu, or you just kind of, just don't know why, you just don't like this, yeah? The World Igbo Congress has endorsed ESN. They support the formation and creation of Eastern Security Network to provide security for the Igbos, the Biafrans in Igbo land, from the Fulani terrorist invaders who believe that they can, because this is what happened there. The Fulani terrorists, the Miyetiala, who made deals with Yoruba governors yesterday to continue to occupy the forest and continue their criminality. Meanwhile, when they disguise it as we have banned open grazing, Oyo State banned open grazing, but Fulani terrorists are still destroying farms in Oyo State. Seyi Makinde had no ball. He has no ball to arrest them. But they publicly said we have banned this. In Eastern Nigeria, their governors also said they have banned open grazing. But they don't bond them well to arrest or prosecute any Fulani terrorist. Now, if you are an Igbo man or Igbo woman who become a victim of Fulani terrorists, either you are a farmer or you got kidnapped, raped, and killed, because there are evidences of that in Igbo land from these Fulani invaders, right? So they have their own ESN to go after that, to go after them. But what are they getting back in the return? Nigerian army going after them, again, shooting and killing innocent people on the street, like this one here. But however, the ESN took it up. They left the forest because they realized that the Fulani terrorists in the forest, they have managed, some of them have managed to push back and move down to the southern, to Yoruba land, to southwest, okay? Others who have not really moved, they have moved deeper into the jungle or to the border between the eastern Nigeria and western Nigeria. So they are now around Edo. In fact, they are even threatening that they will kill the commissioner of police of Edo and they will take over Edo State very soon. And that is going to be in this 2021. So the ESN are pushing them. They are pushing them until the Nigerian army that couldn't go first. Nigerian army went into the bush. They were looking for the ESN. When they didn't find them and they found their own video on social media, they were like, oh, so does that mean that the ESN have security cameras mounted on every tree in the forest of Igbo land. Because how did they capture their video? So they ran away from the video, I mean from the forest. So they decided to go and regroup, and they've now moved to Olu. The what do you call the Supreme Court governor of Imo State? What's that his name again? Opuzodima, right? Who is in Abuja anyway? They decided that they should probably start killing people on the street. Maybe the ESN will come out. Indeed, the ESN have come out, and they have come out so big that my brothers and sisters, even a soldier had to run away. Let me show you this. In Olu.
Oh my God, look at them. Look at them right now. Look at them, look at them. Look at them. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. I want to go home. I want to go home. Oh my God.
This is how they march.
Jesus, I want to go home. I want to go home.
This is how they march.
Oh my God. I want to go home. Jesus, Jesus.
That's them marching on the street of Olu. That's what they like to do. You know, they call it show of force. They know people who have no weapon. Probably people with a placard or flag. And they are holding gun. They are bragging. You know, that's what they do. They don't go into the forest to fight a terrorist. They will not go after the Boko Haram for real. Okay? All the bullets, all the guns that they should use to stop Fulani terrorists from advancing into Nigeria or into Yoruba land to protect the Yorubas, from advancing into Igbo land to protect the Igbo land, from advancing into their own Hausa land or Fulani or any other land they have over there in Nigeria, they are wasting those bullets in the east on the people who are peaceful people. They have not committed any crime. That's the problem, right? But however, they make their match. Watch this.
It's happening now in front of Charles Aluminium. IPOB boys with Nigerian soldiers. They open fire. They open fire. Even in front of IFI Global. They open fire in front of IFI Global. They kill 2 people. It's happening here in front of my gate. Charles Aluminium. Yeah, where it's happening? It's happening here in front of here. All the whole road is silent. Everywhere is silent. Nothing. Nobody is moving. They have opened fire and they say they are coming back. Everybody should be at alert. Our advice, Nigeria. Our advice, every person. Enter inside. Enter inside.
So a soldier ran away from that car. So they killed 2 of them inside that van, ESN. Meanwhile, before then, Nigerian army, they have shot people in their shop. I can't share the videos. I can't share the video. Okay, probably will just get suspended, and I don't think any of you want that, right? They have killed over 5 people anyway before the ESN came to town. Now we don't know how many soldiers have been killed, and we don't know the casualty. But the governor of Imo State, the Supreme Court governor of Imo State, Opuzodima, is in Abuja, and he has declared a curfew from Abuja so that the soldiers can easily walk in to kill people. You know what I mean now? More. This is Opuzodima from Abuja.
I've directed security agencies to fish out without fail all those behind the carnage and immediately bring them to book. Let no one be in any doubt that the perpetrators of this dastardly act will ever escape justice. I assure them that they will pay for their cruelty against a peace-loving, innocent people. As an interim.
Did you get that? So that was that's the curfew. I have one video I'm going to share with you, which let's see if it's on, or better still, I'll leave it out for tonight. But there's also a message from the ESN to all the Biafrans. If you like say it don't set, the whole place don't red. Whether we like it or not, people are going to fight and defend themselves. They are going to defend themselves against those who wants to kill them. It is a universal human right. It is a God-given right that if you feel like your life is in danger, you have every right to protect yourself from any danger. Okay. And as we see it now, it seems that it is going to be a complete showdown between the Nigerian army and the Eastern Security Network, and they seems to be up for it. They seems to be up to it. There is a message they sent to all Biafrans to stay indoor because if I say don't set, and I think you should listen to it if you're watching me from Nigeria.
Hearing my voice, or if you receive it. In the coming days, in the coming hour, there will be some changes in Biafra land, and I want each and our condolences to the families and those that have lost their lives. But I want to assure you, you will cry no more, because men are coming to do their job.
On three fronts. They declare war on Christians and then Christian communities in northern Nigeria, killing them, killing their children, raping their women, renaming their villages. They have declared war on the Igbos, who are saying that no to these invaders. We will not be part of it. In fact, we will break away from Nigeria rather than be part of this. And they are going to declare war on us in Yoruba land, where they are trying to force us to accept that it is all right to be kidnapped. It is all right for them to ransack our villages. It's all right for you to be kidnapped and killed on your father's land, where our politicians have already signed away our death warrants, allowing those who kill us at night to be able to do that in the open day because they now have the license to do that. My job is to let you know about this. Whatever you make of it, it's up to you. Sunday Igboho and everyone, every strong Yoruba person in Nigeria and worldwide, it is a clarion call. It is a war that the jihadist Fulani terrorists have declared on the entire Nigeria, entire everybody, even the people of Middle Belt. You know what they have done to them? They have killed and burn and destroy what they have. In Yoruba land now, we are suffering in silence, and our politicians are telling us to keep quiet because being a governor, being president, being senator, and being a commissioner or being a minister is more important than the life of an average Yoruba son. You need to prove them wrong. How they are going to win this, I don't know. It's already happening in the East. We in the Yoruba land, if they continue to threaten the lives of a Sunday Igboho, who told you that our own people will not also pick up arms to defend themselves? I'm not saying that we are not yet there already. I believe we are already there. I've read what Ariel Nokakanfo said about this. Don't push us. Don't threaten us with war. Don't intimidate us with all this nonsense. Now, I'm calling on all the responsible Yoruba sons and daughters to know this. The jihadist presidency in Nigeria, who is declaring war on everybody that is questioning them about this criminal Fulani jihadists crossing the borders and doing all of these atrocities, rather than the government at the center to work indeed and bring to an end all these killings, all these attacks, all these destructions. They are rather defending the killers, defending the criminals, finding excuses for them, making leeway for them, giving them leverages, and even paying them. Yorubas will not pay Fulanis, whatever Fulani is advancing with, we will not pay with our blood. Eventually, we will have to stand up and defend our land, defend ourselves. Now, let's see how they are going to use their military, fighting the ESN in the East, fighting the Yorubas in the West, and then at the same time, continue to fight those, those who have invaded the Middle Belt, those who have invaded the northern Nigeria, and the bandit over there. They have stretched your military beyond anywhere they can even manage it anymore. Now, watch how Nigeria is going to collapse, even before you can say jack, right? I'll leave you with this message, the last stanza of the Oduduwa, Oduduwa anthem. The Igbos will defend themselves. They are already doing it. They have been watching they have been seeing the Nigerian government, Nigeria jihadist government, Fulani terrorists in Nigerian army uniforms, being given guns to go and shoot at harmless civilians, women and children, who have no threat. They pose no threat to any of these criminals, but they enjoy killing them because all they care about is to spread the fear. Fear is the language they understand, and the fear, which is their own only message, right? The only thing that they fear themselves is violence, and that is if you give it to them fire for fire. Yorubas will give it to them for fire for fire. Our governors are going to try to protect them. Our governors are going to criminalize us. Our governors are going to call us criminals. And I mean, they are going to try everything to arrest us and even kill us. And we want to see how they're going to succeed. To all of you young Yoruba sons and daughters watching me right now from all over the world, it is a clarion call. Ileya. And however, whichever, whatever way we are going to get this done, we have to do it with a united front. Igboho must be protected by all means. Sunday Igboho must be protected by all means. It is not just the Fulanis that are coming to kill him, because they now see him as the unifying factor in Yoruba land, and that is not good for the political class. It is not good at all. It will make them lose value, which is called the face value, and they don't want that at all. They will lose more than face value. They're also going to lose their inheritance, their savings, I mean, their loot and all of that. They will lose all those perks, and that is something that they will never let happen. So if they have to sacrifice him to satisfy the interest of the Fulanis, they will do it. They're already doing it. Protect Igboho, protect Yoruba land. I'm going to see you some other time. To my Igbo brothers, my Biafran brothers, una they move, will they follow you? As una they do for the Eastern Nigeria with the Eastern Security Network, trust us. We are also going to defend and protect Yoruba land. We have someone who is standing for us, and we have many of these Igbohos across Yoruba land, and we will never let them take this Igboho away from us, because once they take him, they will kill the spirits of everyone who knows and believe that it is indeed possible to stand up and protect your land, even if the government is defending terrorists. Take a listen to this. I mean, we have somebody who can stand for it.
àwọn Yorùbá tó wá ń support Fulani herdsmen láti wá kidnap lémi ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó bà mí nínú jẹ́ mi ò tiẹ̀ fura sẹ́ni kankan náà for now but mi ò fura sẹ́ni kankan but mo mọ̀ wípé Yorùbá ní tí kulé ọba pa ni ojú ò lè pa yẹn tí kò bá lọ́wọ́ àwọn Yorùbá kan nínú ohun tó jẹ́ mi lójú ni pé ńgbà tó ń bọ̀ kó wọn fi bá mi jà ṣé bíbi tí mò ń gbé lọ ẹ̀kan wà ìgbà táwọn lè jà tọ́ndẹ̀ lè yìnbọn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ lè jólé ná níbi tí mò ń gbé ìlọ ẹ̀kan wà kádébí làwọn wá àbá èrè evidence fún yín torí gbogbo wọn ò lè lọ àwọn ò lè lọ màá rí ẹ̀rí múlẹ̀ fún yín pé àwọn tó wá bá mi ń lérè àìdàkẹ́ bókù wọn lẹ̀ tàbí kẹ́ bá kún ti kán lẹ́sẹ̀ tó ti yé but adúpẹ́ fọlọ́run pé àwọn náà lu mọ̀jàmọ̀sá wọ́n lọ bí tí wọ́n rí pé mi ò gbé láti lọ bà dúkìá mi jẹ́ wọ́n ti nẹ́bọ̀ lé yẹn.
àwọn tó ṣerú iṣẹ́ yẹn kílẹ̀ lè pè wọ́n.
Do you get that? Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba, but that message is just for you that, you know, do you know millions of Yorubas who are now following this story that is developing in Yoruba land, home and abroad? So they will want to take that face away. They will want to do a lot to get rid of him. And those who are going to do that are not going to be the Fulanis. They are going to be the Yorubas, the Yoruba governors, the Yoruba ministers, Tinubu, and the rest of them who will feel like this attempt is a threat to their own political survival. But Fulani's existence in Yoruba land, killing our people, kidnapping our people, raping our women, telling us that we should do our worst, destroying our farms, is something that we cannot live with. And that is something that will be decided by the Yoruba alone, not those political criminals. So let me say this, finally. Don't ever play into the hand of any of these political criminals who are going to tell you that there is an advantage in keeping quiet while they kill our people. And they continue to give their lip services. You know, the lip services that, oh, we are working, we are doing this, we are stopping it, oh, we have arrested them, we are going to prosecute. It is all job. It's all scam. Do not fall for it. And I hope you won't. I'll see you some other time. If you are watching me on my YouTube and you haven't really subscribed on my video, do this. Close that that live chat. Close it. Okay. Close the live chat. Then it will reveal the likes, the thumb up button, the thumb down button, the share button, the subscribe button, and what else? The notification button. Even if you want to be a member of Maiyegun's Diary Political, you can also join to be a silver, gold, premium, platinum, and diamond member. I've got amazing people there who love Maiyegun so much. They love me so much. and they'll stick to me. You know what I'm talking about? They'll stick with me to the end. You can become one too. Click on that. It says join. And you can also go to my shop. Yeah, Diaspora Radio International emblem on our printed shirt worldwide. Take them on, and then you will regret that. So thank you very much as a Yoruba man. I'm sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. I'm going to leave everyone with this anthem. And I hope you go to bed thinking about the words in this anthem as a Yoruba son or a Yoruba daughter, a free-born Yoruba son and daughter. Remember that. Good night, everybody, and you should have a good, a great evening. Yours is